What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay at Daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and turn the notification bell on as well, because I don't always just upload one video every single day. I often put out these Ravens offseason updates as well, and they come out typically just after the daily video that comes out typically around 5 p.m. Eastern time. These ones come out a little bit later, so if you have the notification bell on, you'll get notified when we get these little update videos. But I do these update videos because I feel like it's kind of annoying to try and read through all the reporters' Twitter accounts and then read all the articles and then watch all the press conferences. And if you don't have that kind of time, I consolidate into basically a 5-minute video and you can watch that. But I do still encourage you to watch the press conferences. They're very entertaining. They're very interesting. You can learn a lot more than what I go over. But this is all the important stuff that I was able to find from today. And today is the 16th of June, and it was the final Ravens minicamp. In terms of the press conferences, we got to hear from Bradley Bozeman, Marlon Humphrey, and Lamar Jackson. These are the biggest things I took from those. Bradley Bozeman talked about how he thinks center is his strong suit. And, you know, the center position is all about consistency, and he's very excited to be able to do that for the Ravens. In terms of what Lamar talked about, he really emphasized the deep ball, and that's something that he's been working on with the wide receivers. That's a major emphasis, is trying to get more consistent with the deep ball. The deep pass is not something that has been, utilized to the fullest extent by the Ravens offense in recent years, so that could be a major change coming in the future. Of course, Lamar gets questions about his contract, and he's like, that's not a focus of his right now. He is trying to win the Super Bowl. He's trying to win football games, not trying to make a ton of money. Lamar also talked about how he plans on getting with the wide receivers down in Florida prior to training camp starting over the next month or so. And, he's also working on his footwork, and he's working on throwing a tighter spiral. And, that's kind of what came from Lamar. And there were a lot of pretty typical Lamar questions that I swear we get every single time. The contract questions, the vaccine questions, those types of things that they just keep asking him, and he kind of gives the same response every time. But in terms of Marlon Humphrey, Marlon talked about how he wants to get the ball more. And we've talked about on the podcast how the Ravens don't get a ton of picks. And Marlon said that's kind of an emphasis of his, is trying to get the ball, in his mitts when the ball's up in the air, rather than it being incomplete or, hitting the floor. So, that's something he talked about. He also talked about how it seems like he's being more vocal at practice, but for him, it wasn't something that was conscious. He was just trying to get energy. He said, whatever helps you sometimes helps everybody else. So, when he's giving that energy, he's trying to boost himself up, but it also helps the other guys, get motivated and things like that. And then Marlon had high praise for Rashad Bateman. And then my favorite part, which isn't being talked about enough, is that he said that he felt like a major energy change in the wide receiver room. And he even mentioned, I've seen the new wide receivers coaches, they're going out and they're kind of backpedaling like defensive backs. Maybe we should get these guys some cleats. You really like what the energy is, and not just with the coaches, but the receivers as well. He said that you can actually notice a change from, recent years. And that's amazing, considering yesterday's video or segment, Joshua and I were talking about T. Martin and Keith Williams and how important they really are to this team, because they are crucial. But that's kind of it for the press conference stuff. In terms of actual practice news, Lamar reportedly had his best day of the offseason program so far today. Sammy Watkins had another great day with Lamar. His chemistry with Lamar is seemingly very, very good. He's been getting deep balls. He's been making tough catches, all that type of thing. And Marlon Humphrey did get an interception off Lamar. So, that's always the main question is getting an interception good in practice, or is it bad? Because, we got Marlon a pick, but it was a pick from Lamar. So that's always kind of the age-old question of interceptions at training camp and mini camp. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? But Benjamin Victor and Jalen Moore played very, very well today, and Rashad Bateman didn't practice because of a stomach bug. But that's going to be it for today's, off-season update short video. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for Daily Ravens content and all these off-season updates, and I will see all of you again tomorrow.